I didn't used to think I was hot, and then I just started like really being myself, and now I kind of feel like I'm hot shit. I'll drink to that.
Toni.
One sec. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Ask an Asshole. I'm Toni, aka the Asshole, and here today we're going to be answering more of your questions. If you have a question that you want me to answer, just make sure to fill out the link in the bio below, and I'll try to get to as many as I can. I'll put out like 3 to 4 videos of these a week. However, if I don't get to you, but you do leave your email, I will email you back. That is a guarantee. I'm trying to keep that up for as long as I can. Please hold me to that. If you've seen the past 2 episodes, you know that we're kind of doing a quarantine theme because a lot of you naturally have questions about quarantine as you're going through it. I obviously don't have any like real answers because I'm also going through it, but this is kind of an interesting time because a lot of us may be experiencing the same problem. So I did want to include quarantine related answers in most of my videos. Okay, so moving on to the first question. Dear Toni, I feel like recently I made a decision that I'll regret my whole life. I decided to move back home after living abroad during coronavirus, partially because of some serious pressure put on me by my family and instilled fear. I gave up my old life living abroad and now have to live with my parents. They're trying the best that they can, but I am emotionally not very sound. Ever since I got on the plane, I had a nagging feeling that I had made a horrible decision, that I should have stayed in my old life and waited out the pandemic there, even though I wouldn't be around family, but my abroad chosen family. It doesn't help that my friends from Spain are telling me that I shouldn't have left. How can I get over the feeling that I made a huge mistake? How can I look on the bright side when the world feels so horrible right now? I wanted to put this one in because I feel like there's a good lesson here. There's a couple. This is really hard for everyone, like literally for everyone, and I feel like a lot of my guilt from this situation has come from the fact that like I am so privileged, and this more than any other thing that has happened has just illuminated so many of my privileges. I had money to be able to buy resources to stock up for an indefinite amount of time. I did not lose my job. I'm able to work from home. I was not forced to leave any place. Like I didn't have to leave school. I didn't have to leave abroad. So I don't know how you're feeling, especially when the place where you were at maybe felt like more home than your actual home. However, what I would look at is we are in probably the most uncertain time, hopefully the most uncertain time that will ever be in our lives, like as a global community, because no one has the answers. Like there's not a way to get rid of this thing right now. And honestly, you would have had regrets either way. You made a hard decision and you maybe think you made the wrong one, but you might have stayed and also had regrets just on the inverse of like, oh shit, what if my parents get sick? Or what if XYZ? Or what if there's a travel ban, like which there now is? There's so much new information coming at us at an alarming rate, and it's overwhelming. I'm super sorry that your home situation is tough, because tough home situations, especially in a quarantine where you can't really go anywhere or kind of blow off steam or separate yourself from them, are super taxing on mental health. But I guess looking at the hopeful silver lining side is that you do have a home to go to and you have a family that is worried about you, and Spain and your friends will be there after this is over. And I'm not saying it's gonna be easy to move back, like maybe it's not, but like if you do really want to go once this is all done, you can go back. Like you have the option to. Just know that you may have had regret either way, and maybe you made the choice that wasn't best for just you as a singular person, but maybe best for your family unit as a whole. And sometimes those sacrifices don't often feel very easy, but at the same time, your parents would have been super worried about you. In hindsight, even if it doesn't get that bad in Spain, I'm not sure of the current condition. It's so easy to be like, oh, I should have stayed here, but you would have had no idea. And no one has any idea right now, and like I think you just gotta sit in that. I'm super sorry you're in a hard home situation, but potentially a silver lining, you have a home, you're safe. Do what you can during this time to work on your mental health. Don't live in the past with regret. There's just really no use to. Think forward to your future endeavors, and if it lines up, hopefully one of those will be going back to Spain. Okay, I need one. Oh! Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I like that anymore. Thanks. Next question. I'm already a whole 17-year-old girl. I like how you said whole. Feels very wholesome. And I've never had a boyfriend, been on a date, gone to a fun high school party, had a first kiss, any of that stuff. I feel like maybe I'm just not pretty enough. I don't have the right body, my skin's too dark, or my hair is too nappy, but boys, no matter if they are black or white or whatever, just don't take notice of me at all, no matter how hard I try. And I also just don't get invited to parties ever. And I feel lame just sitting at home looking at Snapchat of people I know having fun getting drunk at parties with boys and stuff. All of my friends have had boyfriends or gone to parties at least a kiss before. Not to mention some girls I know my age are already having sex. Not that I want to do that, LOL. I just don't really know what to do anymore, and I feel like I'm lagging behind in that whole department and just not attractive or bold enough. I try to dress cute, wear some makeup, and exercise/eat healthy so I can look good, but boys don't really notice me. Plus, going to a predominantly white high school is so hard when everyone is anti-black. Even the black people are anti-black, and no one wants to date black girls. It makes it so hard to have a semblance of self-esteem. TLDR, I just want to be able to have experiences with guys because I'm already 17 and I haven't done anything. Please help. Oh, honey, you came to the right place. Okay, first of all, if you haven't seen my first video already, pause this video, open a new tab. It's called I Am a Person, Not a Cookie. I literally talk about this exact thing from my own experience, so I don't want to go too much into that, but what you're experiencing is so normal. I experienced the same thing where it didn't matter if the guys were black or if they were white. Everyone just wanted the people that looked like everyone else there, and most of those people were white. I really did not have romantic situations happen with anyone from my school. I'm honestly super proud of the way you're handling this because it's super hard to be in an environment where you're constantly getting rejected. And in this case, you're not like putting yourself out there and getting rejected. It's just the fact that no one is outwardly accepting you in the way that you see your friends or whatever, like getting asked to this dance or like getting asked out or like whatever. It is fucking tough, but no, you're not alone. I have so many people who have DM'd me just today. I released the video today saying that they had the same exact thing happen to them and they didn't have their first kiss until college or whatever because they were in a town where people didn't have their identity in their standard of beauty. And that is not a reflection of you. When you're in a non-diverse environment, it's super hard for people to accept diversity in the same way that they do for what is the majority there. You are so not alone. And honestly, I don't know if you've communicated to your friends or how close that these friends are, but if they're going to parties, say, invite me. And if you communicate this to them and they're not receptive or they don't change their behavior and start including you more, honestly, they're just not really good friends and they're probably not as good of friends as you deserve. That's just another line. I'm not sure if that's true. I'm just saying if it is. But also don't feel like you're lagging behind because I think that was the reason that I resorted to just super unsafe. Like at the bottom line, I was literally putting myself in unsafe situations in order to catch up. I wanted to have the same experiences as my peers, but I knew that no guy from my school that would have been like a safe way to explore those things was interested in me. So I don't even like really want to get into it, honestly, just for the sake of my parents. I just wasn't putting myself in safe situations. The really toxic mentality to get from this is the lagging behind that you mentioned. You're not behind. What you are in is a shitty situation in which your beauty, I can tell that you're beautiful because the way you wrote this post, you have this like amazing like sincerity to you and like it really resonates with me, and like I really felt this one. And I just want you to know that I hate that it gets better, but it gets so much better. Like it just gets so much better. The environment that you're in right now is not going to value your beauty in the way that it needs to be. Don't lower your standard, lower your expectations, or lower anything. Do what makes you happy. Know that when the situation changes, aka high school is over, because high school people are still really superficial, especially in this age. I cannot imagine going to high school with social media being as big as it is. That sounds literally awful. You are a beautiful person. I can tell inside, and I don't know what you look like, but I bet you're beautiful outside too. And in the right setting, and basically I'm saying like in the environment where you're not seen as this other, so many people are going to recognize that beauty. Honestly, I wish I hadn't done most of the things I did because it didn't make me feel any more ahead. It just made me feel more insecure at the end of the day. So do your best to find that inner self-confidence without this stuff. I think it's so easy to look for affirmations from the external sources that we have around us, but once you start building up your internal confidence, the right people come because you start doing things that are just so you, and you'll start attracting people that are just so into that. I don't know. I didn't used to think I was hot, and then I just started like really being myself, and now I kind of feel like I'm hot shit. I'll drink to that. Ugh. Did I just groan leaning like 1 inch? Now I think I'm hot shit. And I'm okay saying that because I'm like, yeah, the meest version of me is so me that no one else could pull it off. Therefore, that makes me so cool. So really hone into that inner confidence. Don't let these external pressures make you feel like you're falling behind because you aren't. And that's my asshole opinion. I'm gonna stop there because those 2 answers were pretty long, but thank you guys so much for tuning in to Ask an Asshole episode number 3. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want your question to be answered, make sure to go in the form below and submit a response. I, once again, will try to get to as many as I can, but there's a lot. All right, I love you guys. An asshole wouldn't say that. All right, fuck you guys. Okay, bye.